Hello everyone, Andres here, and today I want to talk about a style transfer using ComfyUI. I will be using my 3D sculpt and transferring it to a dog. I will also talk about multiple image combine. If you are new to ComfyUI, please check my previous tutorials. The links are in the description. If you're too lazy to create your own network, you can just grab it from my Gumroad and use ComfyUI Manager to install the missing nodes. The link is also in the description. So let's go and build it from scratch. Go to Manager, Custom Nodes Manager, search for IPAdapter. We got one from Mateo 2.0. Click install, pick the latest version and restart. Go to Model Manager, search for Clip Vision. You can see here I have already installed this model. You want to go click on that, install, download it. It will take a while. A lot of other people also recommend to install one below. I did install it before, it never worked. Also search for ComfyUI Essentials. It got a lot of nodes that we will have to use that are missing from the standard ComfyUI. Then search for IPAdapter in Model Manager. You can see we got a bunch of results. We are specifically looking for IPAdapter Stable Diffusion 1.5. It also has SDXL models. I didn't use them in this tutorial because they're heavier, they calculate longer, and if you're just learning and testing your workflows out, I recommend SD 1.5, just much faster to test. And the results are pretty good. Then you go back, and a good practice is to go click update all your extensions, update ComfyUI, and then restart to make sure that everything is running well and up to date. Let's start building the workflow from our template, just a basic image generation template, and you should be familiar with this if you're watching this tutorial. Otherwise, you need to go back and check out my previous videos. Double click, look for IPAdapter Advanced. This is our main node. I can connect the model straight to our main model. In this case, I'm using Epic Photogasm. The link's in the description. And then I will drag out the node for IPAdapter, and I will look for IPAdapter model loader. Set on face, I don't really want that. I'll just set it on SD15. Then there's a Clip Vision. Go for Clip Vision loader. And we have that model that works pretty well. The Clip Vision idea is a little bit confusing because we already have clip encoding here. However, for IPAdapter, this extra Clip Vision node is helpful for converting the image into the format that works well with IPAdapter. And without it, it will not work. Then we need to input an image. I'll just go load image, picking the sculpt from previous video. I will use the sculpt I did before, a few years back. Then I need to move my K-sampler away and plug in the model inside. If I press Ctrl Enter, it will go and run the setup. So we are done on a basic level. Then we can try to do it with another prompt like a dog. And you can see nothing happened. And by the way, I can press Q so I can see all my prompts on my left. To get the dog happening, I need to lower the weight in the IPAdapter node. I need to lower it pretty significantly. If I load below 0.5, it will just do the dog. Somewhere like 55% value to get a transfer. This setting, you can see it's not doing it. I have to run it a few times and eventually do it. There we go. There are things that can help to run it better. If I put head, face, male, female in the negative prompt, it can help it a little bit. Let's run this. Interesting result. There we go, we're getting something. We can play with other settings. You can see here weight type set to linear. If I go ease in, we'll mostly only be doing our main image that had a face and a sculpt. If I am doing ease out, it will be picking up our prompt. So it will be picking out the dog. And you can see we're just getting the dog and nothing from our original style reference. A lot of this stuff is fairly self-explanatory, like a weak input, weak output. In this case, I want a weak input so the face is not overpowering the dog, but it's still transferring the look, the style. There are a few things that we want to add to run this a bit better. I will press Q to remove my side gallery. Double click on the empty space, go Unified Loader. And I will plug in my model into the IPAdapter Unified Loader, and that will go carry on to the model input on the IPAdapter Advanced. So this selection of different models, you can see it's easier to pick. We don't have it to have there. You can always go and swap it here, but this is less understandable. This is much clearer. Another one that comes from the Essentials, ComfyUI Essential Node pack, is the image resize. We are dealing with Stable Diffusion 1.5, 512 by 512 is that perfect sweet spot it likes to work with. Then prep image for Clip Vision, plug the image to image and output to image on the IPAdapter Advanced. So now we are running our original image through this chain of commands. Prepare image for Clip Vision, it compresses it into algorithm that IPAdapter understands better. And now we have our full setup for one image that you run with a prompt. For more stylized results, I'm using this image I also did like 10 years ago. I loaded up. I used biker as my prompt. When I was running with weak input at weight 55, I was getting this pretty cool looking like black and white 3D sculpts. When I switch to weight 1 and linear setup, I will start to get a really stylized images. So there's a lot you can change here to get a different output. I ask you to try again. And then it will build your innate knowledge and understanding how this IPAdapter works. The models here in the unified loader also tends to produce different results. I can't really give you a good answer which one is better or not. I do tend to run it on low strengths. Usually I will be playing more with the IPAdapter settings here in the advanced node. My favorite way to deal with IPAdapter is to work with multiple images. I will Ctrl+C, Ctrl+Shift+V this setup, pick my selfie right here, and then we need to blast the IPAdapter advanced node. Use instead IPEmbed node. Let's reconnect this stuff and the model and the output. Another important nodes to add, IPAdapter combine embeds. So that will go to the positive embed, and IPAdapter encoder. For each image, we need an encoder. Let me move this stuff away. Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, connect this one, connect positive to embed 1 and embed 2. We do need to connect the clip vision to the clip vision input and IPAdapter inputs. Let's go run this. And I'm getting more of a monkey and not really much of myself. This is an issue here with the method of embedding these two images. I want to change from concatenation, where it puts one after another, to add, which is averaging this out. Average will do a similar thing to add. So now the monkey is getting more humanoid features. With add, it's really getting my pose. So in this case, I'm looking in front and the monkey is looking to the left. It's copying my pose, applying style and the hair to the final image. My favorite way to combine two images is to change the weights. So if I go put 2 here, my face will take pretty big prevalence over the monkey one. And if I put monkey to 3, it will get a stronger monkey and the same pose now. So this is now overpowering my pose and is looking to the left, well, in this case, looking to the right, but it's like a 3/4 view. Also at this stage, our prompt, which was biker, is completely ignored. We're only dealing with the images that we are embedding together. I can try and lower the weight of the input from IPAdapter, and then let's see what we get. We get a biker, which has nothing to do with anything. Got like red background though. I guess we can find a way to merge these images with the prompt we type in. Looks like we're getting some biker's clothing. However, this is getting into this unpredictable and hard to control area. I'd rather not to have any prompt whatsoever and just deal with the images, and the images, they will be the guiding rails, get a more predictable result. Let's add a third image. I think 3 images we can combine and we can control. Above 3 it gets tricky. I'll do a shameless plug here. I'm using an image from my photo stock, Fotoref.com. Cropped one of the images from the pack to 512 by 512. I don't want it to be obviously rectangular, because if it's rectangular, then the resize will squash the image and it will be an ugly effect down the line. I forgot to connect the positive embed. Don't forget to connect IPAdapter and clip vision to this. And I played with the weights to achieve more or less interesting results. So you can see here 1, 1.5 and 2. Then if I run this one was not that great. I like what I'm getting. I'm getting this rocks that are very much coming from my landscape. I'm getting my glasses, which now are sunglasses. Getting the face position similar to monkey, 3/4 from the side. And also I'm starting to bold, right? I'm starting to go bolding. And you can see here on the left, sometimes I get a good one, sometimes I start to get clay look, and I think it's coming from the cliff more than from the monkey. I also tried this dream shape Diffusion model. The link is in the description. Run a few prompts. It gives me slightly more stylized look. Kind of some funny stuff. You do have to play with variants and eventually get something that you like. Another way to make IPAdapter to be more concentrated on one particular subject is to use masking. And in the future videos, I will talk about how to combine masking and IPAdapter.